Hey, what's going on, everybody? Strider's back with another slice of ELO Heaven, this time with a lot of action already happening. Oh god. A lot of action. Doesn't look like I will have any stats for this game, which is a little bit depressing. Let me see if I can get back to as early as I can in the game. Okay, so 2 minutes. It's pretty early. We still get the blue buff and everything. So Amumu definitely needs to start with that blue buff. He pretty much relies on it. He didn't even get the wolves yet, and as you can see, Skarner, he's already pulling. Yeah, he's already gotten his blue buff, and he's well on his way. Amumu, yeah, he didn't take bandage toss, but he should be able to clear this so quickly. And wow, he's going straight for the red. He's ignoring all small camps, trying to keep as much health as he can, so that he has enough for the ganks. So that health push is going to help keep him alive. He's going to use that smite, and now I expect a really nice gank coming off from him. Wow, Riven's doing so much damage to Irelia. Oh, this could be a very big kill. 31, 34 health, 19, 26 health. 6 HP. Can you believe it? 6 HP. And now she's going to keep up. Oh, the stun is used. A great bandage toss landing on the Riven. Riven's going to be able to hop out of there with absolutely no problems, though. Holy cow, that was so close. You definitely do not see kills or almost kills that are that close. With the ignite ticking on him, that health potion was just enough. Activated it just in time. Like, seriously, within a second. If Irelia did not have that potion activated, she would have died. Now, Ashe Janna, this is a very old school lane. We have not seen that very much in Season 3 yet, but it just brings me all the way back to Season 1. With that Janna Ashe combo, the only thing that kind of is depressing about this combo now is that once the shield is gone, she loses her attack damage buff. It didn't used to be like that. That got changed, I don't know, probably, I don't know, that might actually have been like a year ago that they changed that. That was kind of like when they went on a nerf Janna spree, where I think they nerfed her like 4 or 5 times. But either way, I mean, she's still pretty good. But this Caitlyn Nunu combo is going to be so aggressive, just because Nunu's going to be able to keep that blood boil on him. And while Irelia is going in, is she going to be able to pick up that kill? No, she will not. Riven will be able to get away successfully. And Skarner, in the meantime, is debating whether he wants to go top lane or not. It looks like he will finally go towards that top lane. He's going to throw on that speed buff and sneak into those bushes. But the blue team is now pinging off Zed in mid. Is Akali going to be able to pick this up? That is the big question. Zed's able to harass with those shurikens really nicely. Getting her kind of low, but Akali has a targeted Q, just so it makes it a lot easier to hit. Doesn't lose damage over time. Wow, Skarner's going in real hard in the paint. He's going to flash, try to pick up that kill. Irelia tries to get a stun off, but it just does not happen. Skarner gets out with about half health, and that is going to be the first blood in favor of the blue team. Skarner actually picking up that kill, which is not the best thing to have. Oh, Amumu comes in with that bandage toss. This could be a very dead Skarner. It does look like Riven notices. And oh wow, Skarner is still alive really easily. Amumu is going to flash out of there and get away just fine. So very close though. And neither of these teams have any real sustain except for Janna's ultimate, or bottom lanes anyway. And that is not very reliable. First of all, she has to be level 6, which she's not even really all that close to. But if you take a look at it, I mean, they're still doing a great job. CS is pretty much even. It's pretty close. It's not completely even, but it's close. Irelia is definitely winning in her top lane, which is kind of surprising because it seems like Riven has been able to just completely smash on her. But it looks like she's focusing too much on harassing and not enough on farming. As you can see, Irelia is almost double her CS at this point. It looks like the poke from Ashe is just being way too much pressure for the blue team to handle right now. She's just throwing out those volleys, and it looks like, yeah, Caitlyn's just using her Piltover Peacemaker to farm at a distance. Since she's so low at this point, there's not too much Ashe can do. Oh wow, Ashe gets a nice little bit of action on there. Nunu goes super close to dying, And this could be it for both members of the bottom lane if they decide to dive it. So they can push this pretty hard. I just don't know if they're going to end up doing it. Yeah, Ashe is just completely zoning with those volleys. Doing a wonderful job. And that's exactly what you need to do as an AD carry. Prevent any form of farming and just complete zone control. It's unfortunate that she doesn't have a lot of mana. She's not going to be able to spam volley as much as she wants to. But wow, it's still happening. Every time that she gets a shield on from Janna, she's just throwing out those volleys, making it a huge zone of protection. And that was a great cover by Ashe, throwing out that hawk shot just so that Janna could ward it without feeling the need to face check a brush and really just put herself in danger. I mean, luckily there's nobody there, but even if there was, she would have been able to get out of the way in time before she even put down the ward. Red team's pink ward in this bottom brush here just expired. I'm interested to see if she's going to go back to base and actually fix that up. Possibly get some more wards. Yes, it looks like they will both end up recalling. Caitlyn and Nunu are just now about to get back to their lane. And Caitlyn is down by almost 10 CS now. She does have a wave here, but it doesn't look as if they're going to be able to do much. Wow, Akali going hard in the paint. But Zed gets away with almost nothing. Let's see how that transpired here. Akali's going to go invisible. Wow, nice ultimate from Zed, doing so much damage. But wow, he takes to the tower, and that shuriken with the ignite is going to go off. He's going to flash away from her last auto attack and get out with almost nothing. Great job. And now up top, Riven and Irelia are having another epic duel. And the ultimate coming out from Irelia. Is she going to be able to finish it up? No, the flash is burned from Riven, and it doesn't look as if Amumu is confident enough to tank this tower quite yet. Amumu does not have enough armor this early on in the game. I do expect him to go for either a little bit more of an AP build, as he does already have 15 ability power. So he's either going to go for that or he's going to go for a massive armor build. So we'll have to see what he ends up choosing the next time he goes back. This is already starting out to be a relatively slow game, but wow, Caitlyn using her ultimate just to get some harass on him, apply some pressure. Hawkshot coming out, possibly completely spotting out the Skarner with this red ward here. Getting spotted out once again. Zed is going to be able to get away pretty easily. Although, oh, the blue team has a ward in here. They saw both Amumu and Zed, so they know where Amumu is. And now, oh man, this could be really, really scary. Amumu is catching Skarner off guard here by himself. In the meantime, Caitlyn goes so close to dying. Back to the top in mid lane. Yes, it looks like will back off. Irelia and Riven still dueling it out pretty much even. The ultimate once again coming out from Irelia, putting on a massive amount of damage on the ignite after the health potion comes out. And is Irelia going to be able to get away with this? No, Irelia is going to get completely pushed away. And oh my gosh, there's another kill in that mid lane. Is Amumu going to be able to cover for it? Wow, Zed doing so much damage. Throws on as much as he can. Amumu is just hanging the tower for days, and that is definitely not going to be good. Ends up going down to that Akali, and Akali picks up the double kill with the assistance from the tower. And wow, that is going to be a really great pickup for them. In the meantime, another double kill actually going down for Nunu at the bottom lane. Definitely not what they wanted, but it's still a double kill. It's going to provide them that extra pressure that they need so that they can pick up this dragon for free. Doesn't matter that the red team has pink ward there. 4 members are dead. That is just going to be a very, very free and safe dragon. Great job by the blue team picking up that first dragon of the game. Irelia is just manhandling this Riven up here, winning by about 30 CS, doing a great job, and the Ashe arrow landing, not quite doing anything. It almost killed her. It was really, really close, but it just wasn't enough to do anything. And Akali does not realize that she's not stealth when that happens. Is Amumu going to flash for it? Yes, he will, and that is going to be a nice little kill from Amumu onto that Akali. He did use flash for it as well as his ultimate. May not be 100% worth it, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Probably just because he said so. They needed to pick up a kill. That's just really what was needed. And it looks like they may also take a tower off this. Yes, they did take mid towers. They're doing a great job of applying pressure in that mid lane. And unfortunately, Caitlyn and Nunu are both back in this bottom lane, which is going to force Ashe and Janna back just a little bit. Let's see if we can get up to life here at all. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. That is going to be another tower in favor of the red team, and this could be a huge engagement now with Akali down at bottom. Oh, Janna is all by herself right there, and I can't believe she doesn't notice. She's able to slow down the Akali. Zed's coming in, throwing out the ultimate. A lot of damage going down onto Caitlyn, but Caitlyn ends up finally going down, and oh my gosh, the Ignite just barely ticks off. That is going to be another kill for Akali. Definitely not good to go up against a fed Akali. Skarner in the meantime is in mid. He's going to try to push lane as hard as possible. Amumu's coming back. He's going to be able to clear that wave out really fast. He just has so much AoE. He's going to be able to do that so easily. Oh wow, another huge engage coming out. Irelia, is she going to be able to pick this one up again? No! These fights are so close at this top lane. It's just right borderline even though Irelia is absolutely destroying Riven. This could be really bad. Nice little stun exchange with the Ignites. Irelia ends up coming out on top, picking up that kill, doing a great job. She's going to fall back now as she suspects that there is some gankage afoot. Uh-oh, nice flash coming out from Skarner. Skarner's going to throw down the ultimate. Doesn't do too much. Is it going to kill her? Yes, it will. And that is going to be a great pickup for Skarner there. Definitely worth the flash to kill that pesky Irelia, and as well as take her tower. It looks like nobody is there, but oh man, Zed is completely cut out of position. Oh, Amumu is able to get the curse to Zed Mummy. Nunu comes in and does a ton of damage with his ultimate. Zed is just gonna hop over this wall, not have any issues, and hit. Yeah, the tower at the top lane will just end up going down to the minions while Skarner just kind of mills about, does whatever he pleases. He's the new Mundo. Ashe is still farming like a machine right now, but Caitlyn's actually starting to catch up. They're almost even now. She's only down by 10, which isn't a whole lot, but it is still a lot. I mean, it's 14 minutes of the game. It's not going to be a huge deal. Losing by 5-2 CS now, it's almost nothing. So Zed is definitely doing a phenomenal job against this Akali, winning by about 30 CS, and Irelia up top winning by about 40. A great use on flash with the hops from Riven. Holy cow, that was a lot of attempts to try to stop that Riven. I don't know if that was necessary since she's not really all that fed. She doesn't have to die first. The blue team is still up by just a little bit of gold, just 200 gold. That's all it takes. That dragon really helped, and so did the tower. But those 2 towers that the red team took have kind of evened out the gold loss, just kind of mitigating it just a little bit. And Akali's going to jump directly onto the Zed. Zed's going to try to get away as much as possible. Irelia is going hard in the paint. Gonna back off though. Uh-oh, Skarner is in the back, and he is going to throw down as much damage as he can. Amumu coming in now. Is he gonna? Yes, he's gonna throw on a curse to the Sad Mummy. That is gonna be a very dead Riven there. He's stunned. The Skarner gonna go down. The red buff is gonna keep him slowed. They just need another bandage toss. That is another bandage toss. Oh, and the ultimate now coming in. That is going to be a dead. Is Amumu going to get out of there? He flashes, just barely lives with less than 20 HP. Akali's coming in from the back. Is he going to get out of there in time? It's so close. Oh my gosh, he gets there right in time. The blood boil was just the blood boil on the ward. It was a very wonderful attempt from Akali and Nunu. They were so close to getting it. Uh-oh, Nunu is now slowed. This could be really dangerous for him. Oh, he just barely gets out of range of that tornado. That would have been all that he wrote. Although, I will say that a Sunfire Cape on Akali is a very interesting item to rush. I don't believe I've actually seen that before. I could be mistaken. I just don't think that is the best choice. Very interesting. But it looks like Red Team is now finally starting to set up for a dragon of their own. But they will be forced back and away from the blue team since the entirety of the blue team is there. They know that all 5 members of the blue team are there. And Irelia is currently top. She's going to have to take that tower to equal out this gold. And it looks like she's just going to recall. Oh yeah, she's just not forcing it. I don't know why she's not just There we go. She's starting to push now. She's getting there. She may just not have realized that there's 5. You know, it's hard to... In solo queue, you can't always pay attention to the map, and they just saw, a couple wards there. That one red ward there would have helped her a lot if she was paying attention to the map, but she was worried about a possible gank. And now she will end up having to back off, and that is a free dragon for the blue team. Definitely not what the red team wants to accomplish in this game. Giving away those free dragons will eventually add up on itself and be extremely bad. Oh, a great ward coming out is going to save them. That tornado completely backed them off as well. The flash from Skarner is down now, so he's not going to be able to do nearly as much. And a great job by Jen running into that trap ball. Caitlyn was in range of that tower, forcing the tower to aggro her. And that is something that a lot of people don't notice. If you just don't notice that it's happening until you're already getting shot at by the tower. Caitlyn has vastly surpassed the Ashe finally, which is quite surprising. Red team actually pinged off Akali. They were able to get a ward in that brush just over that wall. Wonderful ward placement from the red team. It's a very tricky ward to actually place down. You have to be right in the corner, and you have to try to place it right here at this tree, and just kind of glitches over to the side. It definitely isn't in ward throwing range, but it's a great placement for a ward if you can get it. Ashe is so squishy right now. She has that BF sword. She has some lifesteal. She's down a pickaxe right now from Caitlyn, even though she has an assist. Caitlyn has 3. Just slightly behind. Just slightly. And now the blue team is up by about 1,000 gold. Their main choice here is to snowball off this or just kind of keep it even and try to win for the late game. It's pretty even. It's only 10 minutes, so there's not going to be huge disparities with anything else. The only thing I'm really worried about is Irelia getting super fat. Oh, Irelia throwing out the ultimate, not really doing too much except for aggroing that tower. Zed is going to be able to take that tower, and that is going to be a wonderful pickup for the red team. And, oh man. How did this even happen? Ashe going down super fast, not doing a whole lot of damage. Janna is going to throw out that shield. Skarner coming around from the back, and that is going to be a lot of damage. Bam, that is a huge ult. Janna throws down her ultimate, try to blast him away, but it is way too late for that. Way too late for that. And Janna's just going to completely recall, and the blue team is going to pressure this bottom lane super hard. They're going to push it as hard as they possibly can just to take this tower. And they will be 100% successful. That is 3 towers to 3 towers now, completely even. Blue team having 2 dragons still, doing a phenomenal job as far as teamwork goes. They're really not afraid of anything right now. They're only up in 1 kill, so it's not like there's a huge difference between the 2 teams, but the blue team is up by about 2,000 gold now. They still need to really worry about that Irelia getting fat, though. Akali is doing all she can. She has 3 kills and the 2 deaths. Same with Zed, but she's still behind about 32 CS, which is relatively significant. Zed actually getting a Black Cleaver and a Last Whisper already. Doing a great job with his 80 caster items. Most people don't really get that too much anymore, especially after they changed the Black Cleaver, but it still seems to be relatively favored on a select few 80 casters. Like Talon and Zed and, champions like that. Oh, Skarner is going to come in. He does have his Impale up, but it looks like the blue team are just going to give this away. They end up giving away that mid tower, and I don't think that was necessary. With that Impale up, I really just don't think that was necessary. I think they could have applied just a little bit more pressure just to back him off. Uh-oh, he's coming in. Is he going to be able to pick this up? A great bandage toss, and the Crystal Mummy getting 2 members, and that is going to be a huge arrow coming out from Ashe. A lot of damage just going all around the board. Exhaust going down on Riven. Riven goes down, and that is going to be a double kill for the Irelia. And Irelia gives that last kill to the Ashe. And oh wow, Akali is running deep into their jungle now at this point. And that was a 4-for-2 exchange. Zed and Amumu doing what they do best as bruisers and just throwing out as much damage as possible and then soaking up as much damage as possible on top of that. 4-for-2 is definitely a good trade since they have all their damage dealers up, being Irelia, Janna, and Ashe. Janna, she didn't really do damage, but that shield is so beneficial for pushing lanes as well as that tornado. They are going to go for it. Oh, they're not going to be able to take that out. Irelia ends up being way too late to that whole extravaganza. And oh, Akali's coming back into the game real hard. And she's going to be able to get that double kill. Is she going to pick up a triple kill? This could be huge for the blue team. Oh, Caitlyn ends up taking it. Still a good place to have that kill though. Uh-oh, and now the blue team is pressuring for this Baron. They do have Skarner ult as well, or sorry, Skarner smite as well as Nunu's consume. This could be extremely dangerous for the red team. If the blue team gets Baron at 24 minutes, that's a pretty early Baron for most games. Most games don't see Barons until about 30. It's going so close. A nice Ashe arrow stunning out the Riven. Zed goes in there as hard as he can. That is going to be a huge pickup for Amumu. Ends up picking up that Baron, stealing it away. Wow, a great job exchanging a 2-for-1 plus Baron. Definitely worth that trade, and a great Ashe arrow with the Amumu bandage toss. Just, oh, everything he could. He did not have Krista's Sad Mummy, which is a little sad, but he was able to get the bandage toss, get right in there for the real thing, and just smite away, just out-smite that Skarner. It's probably the worst feeling in the world when you get out-smited by a fellow jungler. Because then your whole team just blames you, even though when it's dying that fast, it's borderline 50-50 chance that you're going to actually get the smite when it's just there.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Red team picking up their first dragon of this game. That is definitely going to help them as well as that Baron. Holy cow. They skyrocketed in the lead. They're now ahead by 2,000 instead of being down by 2,000. Ashe picking up that blue buff. And that blue buff's really going to help their whole team with the amount of utility that they already have. They really need to just keep the Zed and the Irelia alive. If they can do that, that is going to be phenomenal. Ashe does have an Infinity Edge as well as Caitlyn, so nothing really too crazy is a difference there, but the Phantom Dance going on to Caitlyn as to where Ashe only has a Zeal. That is going to be a risky maneuver if they don't wait for her. But then again, Zed does have that Black Cleaver, and that Black Cleaver is definitely going to help with that Ashe and the Irelia. He's just going to go in there, reduce everybody's armor, and then they will just shred whoever they can. Amumu did, yeah, he went a little bit AP just for the Haunting guys and the Magic Pen, and then picking up the Sunfire Cape, of course, because you want that to do as close to 40 damage per second as possible. Since it doesn't normally happen, getting that little bit of extra Magic Pen really does help. Uh-oh. Zed could be completely caught out. Oh my gosh! The Impale, did it go off? No, it did not. It made the sound, it did everything, but Zed was just barely able to get out. But the red team is now pressuring the front doors of the blue team. Vanish Toss missing, that is not going to be good, and that is going to be a huge initiation. Janna throwing out her ultimate just to disengage, and Nunu throws down his ult, gets interrupted almost instantly, and that is going to be a nice little kill for Akali onto the Zed. And oh, Skarner goes down. This is going to be a nice exchange between Irelia and Riven. Oh, is it gonna happen? No, it does not look like it will happen. Irelia's just doing so much damage. She's gonna be able to pick that up. She still has her Guardian Angel. And holy cow, that was a really crazy fight. Ooh, a nice block there by Amumu. It looked like Jan was gonna tank that, which I don't know would have been a good idea. Irelia is still so super low. And oh man, Riven's coming in with the vengeance. She's possibly gonna be able to pick up this Ashe. No, just barely not. That was so very close. I hate when you get that close picking up the kill and getting away with it. But in this particular case, it just did not happen the way that Riven wanted it to happen. Super saddening. That would have been a lot of pressure they would have gained. Now, a lot of momentum would have been stopped directly in their tracks. But the red team knew that they were, going to get muscled out eventually. Luckily, Irelia went out before she just cockily wasted her Guardian. And that is going to be huge for the next fight. She can just keep a hold of that GA, the cooldown and everything. She's almost ahead by 100 CS and 3 kills. Doing a phenomenal job at 10,000 gold already. Pretty much tied with that Caitlyn. And that is a lot of gold. Caitlyn doing a phenomenal job. But my props, my heart has to go to Irelia in this one. She's doing just so much work. She's getting in there. She picked up that Brutalizer now. That is going to be interesting. She's going to have a reduced cooldown, on all of her abilities. And a little tiny extra armor pen. It's not a whole lot, especially since there's Sunfire capes and stuff like that going on at this point. But Nunu's doing a great job at supporting this Caitlyn. Getting that Zeke's Herald is really going to help as well, because the lifesteal and attack damage is just super, super useful. It may not be a whole lot, but it is enough. As a support item, it's not too bad. Wow, great Bandage Tusk, destroying one of the tanks. But they're just going to keep in there. Irelia going super, super low. She's going to charge directly onto this Akali. And Janna throws out the ultimate. The Ashe now coming down. The Tornado. That's a lot of chain CC. Janna being able to support as much as possible. Getting assists on everything. She gets stunned. And wow, Ashe is super, super low. Is Riven going to be able to clean this up? That is the real question. Riven looks like, yes, she gets a double kill. And that is going to be a 3rd kill with a Summoner heal. Holy cow, that swung drastically into the favor of the blue team. A 5-for-2 exchange. Caitlyn just dealing unpresented damage. There was just nothing that they were doing to prevent any of the damage coming out from Caitlyn. They had to use so many ultimates onto that. Yeah, that was just really bad. They had to use so many ultimates onto the Akali just to get her off the Ashe. And that's the worst thing, because Ashe just has no getaways. She has a slow and flash, but that's it. Akali is a flash and then 3 dashes from her ultimate. And that's just not going to be good. Her Shadow Dance is just way, way, way too strong against people that don't have any gap closers. And that's one of the really, really bad things about playing Ashe. She just doesn't have any way to get away. She can slow, and that's great. It works, but it's just not amazing, especially against an Akali, which isn't even really a normal or frequent pick. But Akali now has 9 kills, 4 deaths, 7 assists, being a part of 16 out of 21 kills, which is quite significant. Quite significant indeed. Riven is going to throw out that recall, not doing too much. And Amumu is just going to be soloing this dragon. Not a big deal, though. Amumu's tanky enough. He does enough damage for sure. Yeah, he almost didn't lose anything off of that. Wow. It's weird to see home guard boots coming out. You really don't see that often unless there's a teleport in the game. Because when there's a teleport, you can just use home guard when you're at your spawn, teleport to that ward, and then you're super, super, super fast. Which is really nice. It works out pretty well, but it's just really gimmicky. It's not something you see very frequently. So who's going to go back? He is going to be able to gain that speed. He's going to get to lane a lot quicker, but it's not going to be anything really all that significant, though. I mean, he almost caught up with Janna. That was about it. That's all he did. I think it'll help a lot late game, where pretty much every second counts. If Amumu dies, he needs to get back to the team as soon as possible. And that's why a lot of times you'll see some people take teleport. Then again, Amumu pretty much has to have smite and flash. So He just didn't have any summoner abilities there. A nice arrow going down. The flash curse of the Sad Mummy going off. Nunu going down almost instantly. Akali jumping onto the Ashe. That is going to be a lot of damage coming down. Ashe is just going to throw out her volley as much as possible. And yeah, she's going to throw on those auto attacks, doing so much damage. And that is a 4-for-1 exchange in favor of the red team. These fights are so back and forth. I have no idea what to expect at this point. But it's very possible that the red team could just end this game now. They're going to be able to read down this inhibitor. And they could possibly take both inhibitor towers? It's possible. I mean, they have Janna there for the extra AD. Oh, that is going to be really bad for the Caitlyn. Caitlyn's going to get CC'd, and that is a really nice pickup. First inhibitor tower going down, and we still have another 5 seconds till Nunu's up, and then 13 until Akali. That is going to be the end of this game. Wow, wonderful job by the red team. It was so back and forth. Absolutely crazy. And wow, that was just a phenomenal game. Great game. So just congratulations to the red team. I mean, they ended with the even amount of kills and only a 5k gold lead at 33 minutes. That's pretty minuscule and really good fights, both just all around throughout that entire game. It was really, really good. But yeah, congratulations to the red team and GG to the blue team. Make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you guys like the videos, if you want to see more. If you have any suggestions or anything you guys want to see in particular, please leave a comment, send me a message. I'm a pretty nice guy, usually. No, I'm pretty much nice all the time. But you guys can send me a message, leave a comment. Doesn't even matter if you think it's going to be offensive or not. If it has some any valid points to it, you know, I always take it into consideration. Or if it's just a request of something you want to see, or if it's a a joke you want to tell me or a tagline for a video, just let me know. And I pretty much reply to every comment I have, or every comment that I see that, is actually requiring a response. I won't just ignore questions and stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.